Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single barrel only liquor store. This business is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution list. That way you'll know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and what barrel picks they have in the works. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we wonder why people lost their minds by the fact Weller 12 was on Yellowstone. My name is Miss Beka Sue. Please join me in welcoming my co-host Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Tim Swyatt, Kathy Cool, and Katie Joyce.
Hey gang, what's up?
How we doing?
Hi.
Good,
Hi.
good. So we are going to talk about the Yellowstone TV show, and Weller 12 was on there, and people go crazy. We'll get to that after the break. For right now, Miss Beka Sue said there's something she wanted to talk about. What is that, Becca?
I do. So it is the holiday season. Anyways, so obviously we're all probably drinking bourbon because we always all drink bourbon all the time.
Right.
But I want to know what your go-to either liqueur or alcohol, whatever it is, to either make in, like mixed into cocktails, or what's your holiday go-to alcohol that is not a bourbon, or it's not a specific bourbon. I should say not an actual bourbon. If it's a flavored bourbon after the fact, or I guess a whiskey, then that's fine. If it's something that's been flavored, spiced, whatever, that's okay. But something that is not still a bourbon or some sort of a liqueur or some other thing that is your like holiday thing that you get excited about because the summertime it doesn't make sense to drink it, but once all of a sudden it gets cold out, you pull that bottle out and you're just loving it.
Okay. Holiday season drink. Along the lines, preferably of a cocktail, it sounds.
Well, not necessarily a cocktail, but like just okay. I'll tell you what mine is, so you guys can think about this a little bit. So my favorite holiday, it's a liqueur, is St. George Spiced Pear. It's got like cinnamon and like allspice and then the sweet, like the pear sweetness. I dumped it into some champagne I had. I had champagne and I had that liquor and I was like, this would be fucking delicious. This is way better than a mimosa. So it's nice. And like I said, baking spices and cinnamon, that sweetness of the pear. And so I dump it into my champagne. Last year I dumped it into my holiday sangria, and it just like upped the level of how good it was and just made it more holiday-esque. And so like, that's my go-to non-bourbon thing. It's called St. George Spiced Pear Liqueur. And if you find it, it's like $35, I think. It is so fucking good. I would drink it all the time, but I can't drink it in the summertime because it just tastes weird. I've even dumped it into my wine to make my wine just taste like I'm drinking a sangria because it just makes everything just taste very much holiday
Katie
forward.
wrote that down on her hand.
I have a computer in front of me and a phone in my other hand, and I just wrote that on the palm of my hand instead.
This is what it looks like.
Okay. St. George.
And I highly, highly recommend it. Get it if you're doing any sort of holiday thing. You will not regret it.
If you're listening to the show, we'll look at getting that on the oddity shelf at the.
You should. You really should.
Yeah. Okay. We'll look into that. So, all right, Kathy, what are you thinking?
Well, I mean, in the past, I would have said maybe something like the Godiva chocolate liqueur.
Okay.
But this year, I'm going to be digging into Nobleton's Ducket Curacao.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
It's orange.
Yeah. I've got mine, also a new product available at Schnucks exclusively, and that is a cream from our very good friend, Mr. Adam Stumpf. It is called Gooey Butter Cake. Gooey Butter. I tried it at his distillery this weekend. Oh my God, my knees buckled. I had to sit down.
Oh my God.
Is it, you said it's at Schnucks?
Yeah, it's going to be there. It's not just there yet.
I'm going to run out of palm space. Man.
Bring me a bottle, Steve.
Okay, well,
Put it on Royce's tab.
It's a Schnucks exclusive, so yes.
And
Wow.
Yeah.
And okay, repeat the information again for us, Steve.
So I don't know the name of the brand or anything. If it's just going to be under Stumpy's, or not, I have no idea. But it's a Schnucks exclusive. It's a cream, so like a Bailey's or the moonshine creams that Neely does. It's going to be a cream that is gooey butter cake flavored, and it is fantastic.
When you get me a bottle of this, Steve,
yes?
Can you also, whether you send it or bring it, can you also bring me gooey butter cake?
Yeah.
That would make me
What?
very happy.
I might be able to just faster than Steve and jump up in favorite because I'm coming through Kentucky on December 15th.
Oh,
So if it comes into Schnucks in time.
There you go.
God, that sounds so good.
Yes, Bo had a St. Louis weekend because he got to try it too, and then he tried gooey butter cake for the first time. And after he tasted, he said, "Can we go to the store and get one of these? I want to take one home so my family can try this." So gooey butter cake that's good. It's
He
definitely.
didn't say anything about taking home any St. Louis pizza either, though, did he, Steve?
No, he didn't say that. He didn't get to try that though. He would have if he would have tried it.
Try it, all right.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. He tried Cyberg's wings, and he took home Cyberg's wing sauce. He tried Lion's Choice, took open the seasoning that they put on their fries and meat there. So he's a lot of St. Louis stuff going on. He posted about that. So yeah.
Yes, he did. He had a blast. It looks like you guys had a blast. Looking
Yeah, it
forward
was
to seeing
fun.
that the results of that.
We
Those
worked our
drone
asses
shots were
off.
Amazing.
We worked our asses off, man.
It looks like it.
Yeah. All right, Tim. What about you, man?
I fall into the brandy category. So I enjoy a local distillery up here, Copper Fiddle. They did one run of an apple brandy that I ended up buying the last case of. So I got everything that's left. So I kind of work through that right now. I got the chance when I was down at Spirits of French Lick, picked up one of our friends' brandy's Complexity at like 130 something. That is really, really good that I work my way through during this time of year. So I switched to brandies.
Yum.
Okay, fair enough. All right, well, guess what, gang? It is now time.
Wait, Katie hasn't answered yet.
She didn't? I thought she did.
No, she's just been writing down everything.
Notes on my hand, but I've not answered.
Oh, okay.
So can I answer now?
Yeah, yes, you can.
Okay, thank you. So first off, what reminds me of Christmas is gin. And so especially Bombay Sapphire. So that was my mom's favorite gin for a long time. I'm not sure if it's related to childhood trauma or not, but if I open up a bottle of Bombay Sapphire, it just smells like Christmas to me. And so gin-based drinks are typically my favorite for the holidays. You can do a lot with that. But then also here locally, Pick Me Blend has this apple ambush whiskey.
Pickly blend.
Pickly
bend.
Pickly blend.
Pickly blend. They're very proud right now of this plug they just got.
We can tell them they need an L somewhere in the name. I don't know. So Pinckney Bend. Definitely not an L anywhere in there. They have their apple ambush whiskey, and it is great for a lot of holiday drinks as well. You can do like a hot toddy style with it.
Yeah.
Which is great. Which is why most of my bottles gone. I couldn't. Not only did I add an L to their name, but I couldn't remember which local distillery made it. So I made my boyfriend run upstairs and grab the bottle for me and bring it down.
He's your showrunner. He's your showrunner. Yeah.
And so also because Pinckney Blend is, if anyone's ever had it, they have a gin and I am determined.
I love Pickly Blend. Yeah.
So they have gin and tonic.
Here.
They have a pre-made gin and tonic, and you can get it on tap at certain restaurants. And so there's a little dive bar in Marthasville, Missouri at Twin Gables, but they have the Pinckney Bend gin and tonic on tap, and it is amazing as well. And I think honestly that would make a good holiday drink as well. So, but it's New Haven, Missouri distillery, and that's my holiday choices. And I'm now transferring my notes from my palm to cardboard.
Katie, if you get that St. George spiced pear, you're going to lose it.
List,
you're going to be. There's no one that I've had taste it that's been like, I don't know, I just don't think it's that good. Everyone's like, holy shit.
I'm a huge pear fan as well, in regards to like cocktails anyway. So, and I feel like that would go really good with like ginger stuff too.
It goes well in everything. I've dumped it in everything. It's delicious.
Okay.
Have you tried it with Pinckney Blend or?
I've not the pickly blend. It'd probably be good doing that pickly blend apple.
Listen, they're gonna be so mad at me for fucking up their name.
All right. Well, guess what, gang? It is time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Katie this time. Katie, what do we got?
So,
I think Beka fell.
For this episode, I have Weller 12.
Okay.
But it's a screw
Oh my
top.
God! The Weller 12's on the Bourbon Daily. Oh my God!
Oh my God! How did you get that?
Oh my God! It was like Yellowstone,
right? So, but it's a screw top, and I am determined in my bottle popping challenges. And the Pinckney Blend, who I'm going to add, so they're also a screw top. So instead, we're going with Dancing Goat Bourbon for my bottle pop.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to drink all three on this episode. So it's
from the ABV Barrel Shop? Is that from the ABV Barrel Shop?
It is. Yes. I brought a bunch of bottles with me for recording tonight from the ABV Barrel Shop because I loaded up for my quarterly visit.
We appreciate that. Yeah. Okay, that's solid. Probably will win, but we'll see. We're still going to play the game. We're going to try and see what we can do here. Beka, you can go next. What do you got?
I've got some Old Monroe. This is the black bottle, the Eve's Blind stuff.
Yep. Oh my gosh! Wow.
Holy
that?
Crap! That sounded good. I don't know if you pulled further away from your microphone or what you did, but what sounded like farts the last like 3 episodes.
I shot a gun. Pew pew.
Jim told me that Marianne Eves was named master distiller today of some sourced brand or something.
What? I haven't seen any news about that.
Yeah, it's some like influencer on YouTube or something that started a brand, and Marianne Eves is listed as the master distiller. I don't know that that's true or not. Jim yelled out. He's like, "Did you hear this?"
Yes. No. I know this.
Okay, because I was gonna say I didn't see anything, but
Dr. Disrespect. He's a huge gamer. And so it's black steel bourbon. My boyfriend ordered 2 bottles because he's big into video games, and so he's a huge fan of Dr. Disrespect. The website kept crashing when it was released, and thankfully he got 2 bottles because now it's sold out. So I will have a bottle coming to me so we can report back when the bottle gets here. He's giving the other one to his best friend because it didn't ship to Kentucky from whatever distributor they chose, but we could get it in Missouri.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I was really happy that she was involved. So I have high hopes for it actually, because most celebrity stuff like that, I'm like, okay, yeah, right. But since Mary,
at least I got someone legit, right?
It seems legit, and so I'm very hopeful.
Okay, all right, Tim, you're next. What do you got?
I've got a 2018 limited edition Yellowstone that I'm going to pop here, and it's
the one that should have been on the show.
Yeah,
which should have been and got robbed. Yes.
Oh, you're the loudest one of the night. Oh, that was explosive. Woo. All right.
How does your dude? What microphone are you using? You've got to get a new one.
It looks fancy.
It looks fancy.
It looks fancy as shit, but like it ignores every single bottle pop. I think he's got like a mute like foot pedal, and he like turns off his microphone on purpose just to fuck with us at this point.
Yeah.
You got me. Yes. You can take Mr. Bill for the microphone, and the microphone's solid. So we're going to be playing with this thing. Continue to play settings, and as Beka says, bring my best game if I want to play it like a player. So
that's how you fucking play, Tim.
We haven't even heard a bottle pop from you yet tonight, and this is like our third show.
Not just tonight.
Yeah, not just tonight. It's ongoing. It's an issue. All
my
right.
better half is nodding that my performance here is also performance in real life as well. So I don't know what that
Lacking.
means.
Because you need a different bench angle in your
I was going to say, because you need that new shower.
Yeah. Tim's got to be careful because he has a kid like every 15 years. That means due.
Yeah, he does.
I have one about every 15 years. I'm due.
Yeah.
So
Uh-oh.
he's got to stay away from his wife right now. Yeah.
Diane, keep away.
Keep away. Yeah. All right, Kathy, what do you got?
Well, since we're talking about Yellowstone and that story is about a family, I'm going to drink the Yellowstone family recipe.
Whoa, best thing they ever made right there.
Ooh, this is tough.
Okay.
Oh,
Whoa, that was very good. Who do you think has the lead, Katie?
I think Kathy does because her bottled choice was also excellent in what should have been on the show. So I think she gets a little bump from that.
Okay. All right. So she's got the lead. I've got the Watershed Bourbon here. I'm hopeful. The bottle's pretty full. We'll see what happens. Nah, nothing.
No.
Kathy.
Nothing. Kathy wins.
She gets it again.
The Yellowstone family recipe.
Cool.
Yeah. Kathy cool. Cheers, gang.
Cheers.
Cheers. Finishing off the first course, and I can move on to the Weller 12 for the episode.
Oh, I can't wait for Katie to just be smashed.
Oh, yeah.
We are.
Which, speaking of Katie being smashed, that makes me miss Dana the Dreamer 6 being absolutely smashed during football season.
Yes. We got to get her on.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. Maybe next week I'll reach out to her. All right. Well, let's take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to talk about this Yellowstone thing and the TV show. And they showed Weller 12 and the internet lost its mind. Social media just went crazy. And we're going to talk about why that happened and what we think was going on there. We'll do that in just a few. Let's talk about the people who make these shows happen. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only sells single barrels. Owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot select. With over 100 distilleries on board to sell us barrels, we are home to the most unique and diverse barrel pick selections in the bourbon world. By signing up for our email, you will always know what we have in stock. In addition to the single barrels, we'll have a gift shop featuring ABV Barrel Shop as well as ABV Network merchandise. We are partnering with vendors like Art Eatables and Old Man Bay Signs to bring you unique items you can't find anywhere else. We will also have a 24-seat classroom where we are offering educational and fun classes like Breakfast and Bourbon, a series where we pair donuts and bourbon, customer barrel picks, and opportunities to learn from master distillers and other bourbon dignitaries. Best of all, we feature a tasting bar where you can try before you buy. All of this is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. If you are in the St. Louis area, please stop by to say hi. If you're traveling in from outside the area, please take advantage of our hotel rates with the Drury Inn and Pear Tree Inn, less than a mile from our shop. This can be done via the links in our Visit St. Louis section on our website. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to plan your trip. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about the Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent trips to Kentucky. Today, he is amongst the leaders of young distillers leaving their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery yields insight on their unique family history, why their products are special, and gives you the opportunity to taste their whiskey, moonshine, and creams. Check them out at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com or visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
Hi, this is Mr. Bill. You're listening to Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're wondering why the fuck people give a shit about Weller 12 being on Yellowstone, the TV show.
Yes, we are. We're angry about this, apparently.
The only person actually angry is probably Steve.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's
Because
just,
Steve gets angry about everything.
well, I'm at that age. What are you going to do?
Grumpy.
Yeah. Well,
Angry,
I mean,
angry man.
Well, here's the
anger.
thing: is it's like what in John Wick he had Blanton's on that, and then and so you can't buy Blanton's anymore. I mean, not that I'm buying Weller 12 anyways.
Yeah, so I only got mine as a payment for some legal services, so that's the only reason I have Weller 12.
Extortion.
yeah. So
Before I could send out the bill, a client brought me Weller 12, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, we're
all right,
square.
not gonna
We're
get a
square.
bill. We're square.
what do you guys think of this whole thing? Why do people just lose their mind over that? I mean, it's a TV show. I'm sure it was paid to be on there. It's not like a this incredibly random thing.
That wasn't the only one on there, too, by the way.
Right.
So I watch Yellowstone, so that was on there. She was just chugging some Weller 12 while she was pouring it in a glass. But also, when they were at the rodeo, they said, just pour me some Buffalo Trace straight.
Right.
They said that right on the show. So clearly they're paying for it. They're not going to make
Trace
two
fucking paid on the
Buffalo
actor.
Trace
Yep.
comments without Buffalo Trace getting
Honestly,
fucking paid for it.
I'm grateful
Right.
that they chose something that was already difficult to find. If they would have chosen something standard, like even just Buffalo Trace regular, and then it's already become difficult to find in Missouri right now at certain times of the year. If my Buffalo Trace would have become difficult to find year round, I would be rioting. So like at least it's already something that like I have my one bottle, I will never look for it again. It's whatever. Like so at least there's that it's that level that they chose.
Does anybody?
Point.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tim.
So Becky, you think that the show paid Buffalo Trace to place?
No. Buffalo Trace paid to be on there
Absolutely. Okay. Yes.
to swap out with Yellowstone because Yellowstone was on it before.
No.
And Bullet
Didn't they?
was
Was it Bullet? Was Yellowstone on it?
Yellowstone ran
They put an
ads.
ad out.
Oh, that's what it was. It had ads on it.
Oh, okay.
They did one ad at the beginning of the season. What, 2 seasons ago, something like
Yeah,
that. They put an
yeah.
ad in there.
Okay.
And I think that was after the MGP.
It was always Bullet, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I am happy that they switched, I guess, maybe over to Buffalo Trace.
But
But didn't
But who gives a shit?
okay, spoiler alert.
Right.
Also, I don't watch the show. Didn't a buffalo die in that episode?
No,
Oh,
No.
Model maybe, but not a real thing.
I don't think so.
all right. I don't watch the
horses
show.
die.
Yeah, say a horse died.
Seen people die.
I'm okay with people dying. I usually get upset if animals die, though.
I don't think they killed a buffalo. No.
I haven't seen
Okay.
kill a buffalo.
Okay.
Would that have made a difference for your opinion on this? They
Yeah.
fucking talked about Buffalo Trace and then they killed a fucking buffalo.
Yeah. Yeah, it would. It would have made a difference.
And if
I was
they
going to
talked
judge
about
them
a
very
pickly
harshly.
blend and accidentally killed the pickly, that would have been terrible.
does anyone think that it's not an accident that this happens during the fall releases? So we're BTEC collection era, and all of a sudden, someone wants to get some of that, and someone calls the distiller, and they're like, "Hey, you make that TV show, right? Well, what if you just a little? What if they drink Weller on there or something? Well, how about that? Maybe if I see that on the show, maybe you get a care package. Does anybody think that could be going down?
I think the timing is perfect for that.
Yeah, right, I do too. I mean.
It's all.
I had a major hit TV show. I was sure as I would use it to get some good bourbon. I'd be like, "Hey, give me the BTEC collection." Yeah,
more than anything, I'd be reaching out like hell.
Absolutely.
exactly.
Like Buffalo Trace for sure. I'd be like, give me everything. Go.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
So is Taylor Sheridan just trying to get bottles?
yeah. I mean,
Somebody is, whether it's
That's
production
the guy that
manager-
writes the show. Or that's the guy that's executive
be.
producer on the show.
Could be, yeah.
yeah.
He's also a character.
He's also a character. He's also the guy that he's done all the shows. So maybe he just is like, you know what? I fucking really love some Buffalo Trace. Let's see if I can get some good bottles here.
That's what I would do. That's the only reason why I
Yeah.
want a writing of a top TV show, just so I can get shit like that. Yeah,
Right.
Be
That's
good.
why I would work all my time for a top
Right.
TV show as well.
Hey, don't hate the player, hate the game.
That's right.
yeah, exactly.
It's a good way to get yourself some bottles.
Well, the
Why isn't
contrarian
he
me comes
calling
up in
Wheeling
this thing.
Family Distillery?
Well, and so
Yes.
that's my question is, so Weller already had the recognition. If they would have used a brand that was relatively unknown already, would it have had the same effect? Or do you already have to have like that certain level in order to then make it skyrocket?
They would have put very old Barton out there. I'd have hell of a lot more respect.
Oh my god, that would have been fantastic. Especially because, oh my god, that's the best. If like all the taters go out and they're like, got very old Barton in stock, and the rest of us like are like, but like, someone needs to do that. But so is it that it needs to be of a certain reputation already? Because Weller 12 was already of that reputation to begin with. So
right.
If it's a very regional or unknown brand, or a brand that like Jim Beam white label, like, or if it's something lower, does it still
or
get
Bullet?
That
Back
recognition,
when they had
or does it have to already have been to a certain mark? What's that mark?
Well, when we think of the characters, I mean, these are people who are owning their land, owning the area, owning the region, and the people. I would expect her to have a George T. Stagg in her hand over a Weller 12.
Yeah,
totally agree.
To make it really real,
that's like the best whiskey person answer that you're judging. You're like, no, this character would not drink Weller 12. That's
good. That's a good way to look at it.
Other whiskey.
She would drink a higher level.
But I think the characters should have to go to like a bourbon raffle. It should be on one episode. What are you doing?
Beth Dutton's at a fucking bourbon raffle.
I'm going to the liquor store for the bourbon raffle. I'm trying to get me a Weller 12.
Trying to get the good stuff.
Yeah. Huh.
So, this one pissed me off because this one pushed me away from all the Buffalo Trace products. I'm just like, I'm done. I don't look for them anymore. If they fall in my lap, they fall in my lap.
That'd
so
be great.
Be it.
So when regular Buffalo Trace is on your shelf at $25, let me know. You can send them all to me. Because
you got it. Go to your local Target. There's a herd of Buffalo Trace on the shelf every other week.
The last time that I had Weller 12.
Katie,
the last time that I actually had Weller 12 was when I took Ashley McGee on her birthday trip to Denver in October of 2019. And we went down to the bar that was attached to the Hotel Indigo in downtown Denver. And we went in and we said, we just want 2 shots of bourbon. And they said, do you want well pour? And I said, well, what's your well pour? And they said, Weller 12. And I was like, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
That's their well pour?
Yeah.
That's their Weller pour.
Where?
I think they were saying.
This was in 2019, and this was in the Hotel Indigo in downtown Denver.
Yeah.
I went, what? Yeah, we'll take 2 each, actually.
I'll take the bottle. Thank you.
Yeah, and so we just got shots.
You can charge me at shop price, and I will take that entire bottle. Thank you.
There you go.
We were drinking the shit out of it. That's the last time I had it, because I wasn't going to pay for it anywhere else.
I spent 2 hours of my time and I got this bottle right here. That's delicious.
Yeah, there you go. So was it just ridiculous though? People fangirling out over this on Instagram?
What were they really upset about? Were they upset that they're not having Yellowstone on? No?
I think it's upset that there's another whiskey that people who are going to be they're going to be obsessing over it just because it's on the show. Not giving a shit what it actually tastes like, not giving a shit about anything else about it. They're like, oh, it's Weller 12 because it was on the show. That's
Beth Dutton was drinking it. I can drink it too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let them have it.
I'm wondering how low we can go with this though. Like, can we get them to drink like what's something that we would not necessarily consider anything special that we think a celebrity could drink and people would do the same thing to almost?
Okay.
What's the lowest we can go in regards to like reputation of whiskey?
Like
regular makers,
Crow.
or like
don't talk shit about Old Crow like that.
I'm not talking shit about Old Crow. I'm saying
what
that
about,
if a celebrity did it, we'd all be screwed.
Honestly, but here's the thing: the fucking Cowboys should have been drinking Old Crow.
Exactly.
They're cowboys in Montana,
right?
They should have been drinking Old Crow or Old Granddad.
Because this show's set in current time, right?
Yes, but they should have been drinking that because they're at a rodeo.
No, Cowboy Montana's drinking Weller 12.
No, well, she's the rich person in all this, but the Cowboys at the rodeo, they asked for a pour of Buffalo Trace.
Okay, well,
which is fine, but also like they wouldn't get Buffalo Trace. They would have got Jim Beam White Label, or they would have got Jack Daniels.
Right,
that's what a Cowboy would get.
Yeah, in my small town bars, I'm lucky if they have makers. I'm like, great, you have makers. I'm happy.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Makers also would
Even
make
like
sense.
Jimmy White Label, I'm like, that works. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
10 high.
Yeah.
Just
10 high.
really start getting down to the bottom.
Pickly
What they
blend.
should be doing is
Pickly
promoting
blend.
small
Nice.
brands, in my opinion. They should be taking local brands.
That's where I'm at.
Because
I'm with you, Katie.
It's got the
such a miss.
same kind of allocated feeling because they don't have the distribution that like you can get makers fucking anywhere. And so, and go to any gas station, you can find it. So but like a local brand.
the deer hammer.
Deer hammer, perfect example. So it has the same idea of like, oh, where can you find that? What do I have to do? People have to kind of do the same effort to go find it, but you're now supporting a little guy that appeared on the show. And if brands and TV shows would just do this, but I'm sure like
I wish they'd do it just to piss Lenny off because he'd sell so much booze. He'd be like, I don't want to make more. I like my time off from work.
the problem is that
Try to ride my bicycle.
the
Right.
TV shows are charging
Trying
the
to squirt
distilleries,
boat.
and a small distillery can never afford that.
No.
Only Buffalo Trace.
The only way that it would happen, Katie, is if, in fact, Taylor Sheridan was in Kentucky, went to, or anywhere, Colorado, anywhere, and went to one of these smaller distilleries, tasted it, and was like, holy shit, I love this brand. This is so good. I'm putting this into our show because it is so good. And so he invited them onto the show and was like, you got we're just going to support you on this because I love this brand and I love this whiskey. And that's the only way it would happen is if he tasted something that he just thought was so great that he's like, fuck yeah, I'm not going to you guys are on the show. This is
New
your thing
idea.
now.
New legislation. In order to have a whiskey on a TV show, the executive producer has to sign an affidavit stating that they have tasted this whiskey and they vouch for the company. It's not just purchased, that they themselves will vouch for the company and that they support both the company and the whiskey itself. That's new legislation we need to pass.
Katie's getting deep.
Yeah,
She's getting fired up. Miss
Yeah.
Becca,
I am.
if they had featured St. George spiced pear liqueur,
I'd be pissed.
that's what
I'd
I
be
would
fucking
want.
pissed. Because-
we all just get pissed if they feature our favorite thing.
Yeah, I don't want them to put it. I want everyone that is listening to this show to go and
forget
purchase
about
it. No, I want them to go and buy it because we're not Yellowstone, the TV show, so we're okay.
We're close, but not quite.
I want everyone that's listening to this to go and buy it because it is good. Also, by the way, I don't like a lot of sweet stuff, but that is goddamn it's so fucking good. So it's okay if everyone listening to the show goes and buys it. I do not want it featured on Yellowstone.
Okay.
Although it can be mass produced because it is just a regular spirit.
The way
So how
Becca's
would we
talking about this, I'm
feel
looking it up
if-
online.
If Stumpy's was featured on Yellowstone, he's got a big still. He could do it.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be
That would good.
exciting.
That would be exciting. That would be
I mean,
nice.
it'd be fun to piss Lenny off and get him featured.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just tragic. He's sold so much. He's just so angry.
Poor guy.
Pissed off
Now,
about
every
it.
time I go into a bar, Steve, I'm going to ask for the hammer. They're going to like, what? Deer hammer.
Dear hammer.
I need Lenny's
Like
hammer.
Bond,
Right
James
there.
Bond.
Yeah.
Fantastic line for a TV show. I want the hammer. What? The deer hammer.
Yeah.
Deer hammer.
You know all those billboards for the hammer, the legal thing. Lenny should do a billboard campaign for the hammer.
He should.
Dear hammer.
And he's holding up a bottle of his booze. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The hammer. Yeah.
Put
All
those
right,
bumper
well-
stickers everywhere. That's all
There you
need to
go.
do.
We'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Kathy, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
I'm on Instagram at KK Cask Strength, and I would love to have 60 followers.
Good luck with that. Yes. Tim, how about you?
You could find me at their local watering hole asking for the hammer, the deer hammer, and on Instagram at SwyGuy2112.
All right, Katie.
You can find me over on St. George Spirits website. Confused as shit in that they list all their they're listing the states of where they don't distribute first.
They're in Missouri. They're in Missouri. So you're
Okay,
good.
so most websites tell you here's the states we distribute to. They went the opposite direction. Like if you're in these 7 states, please contact us. We can assist you. If you're in these 6 states, we can't
I
get
can
it
see
to
them right
you.
now. We will get it at the ABV Barrel Shop because I can see it at Total Wine.
Hell yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
thank
yeah.
you. So it's a process of elimination. I had to look through all the states and see that Missouri wasn't there to know that it can get to me. So if you're at St. George's Spirits, you should go to your website and list at the top, here's the states we do distribute to. But also you can find me over on Katie Proof, or I'm sorry,
Those
Legislation.
katieproof.com and Instagram.
katieproof.com.
KatieProof.com.
Oh boy, is that a thing? I'm gonna have to look it up. If not, I'm buying it.
Right now.
Otherwise, while I'm looking this up, you can find me over on Instagram at katieproof, and katieproof.com does not exist, so I'm gonna have to go buy that domain when somebody else does.
Yeah, there you go. All right, Miss Beka Sue.
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Miss Beka Sue, 1K, no C's.
For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out because everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more, abvnetwork.com. Also, be sure to come by and see us, the ABV Barrel Shop. We are always getting new picks in. We've got gift baskets right now. Great stuff for the holidays. We're a tasting bar. We're doing all kinds of special collaborations and things like that. A lot of cool stuff coming up. So check us out at abvbarrelshop.com. Sign up for our email distribution. Miss Beka Sue, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing, we ask you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Another friend of ours is the Goldstein family at Goldstone Mill. The Goldsteins offer a variety of heritage and heirloom grains to make the finest whiskeys in the world. Plus, they are more than just a grain company. They are truly consultants to make sure the grains they are providing to you or your business meet your highest expectations. Additionally, they work with mills around the country ensuring shipping is as low as possible for their customers. If you're a distillery, brewery, or even doing this at home, Goldstone can assist you. Check them out at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or check in via email at hello@goldstonemill.com. Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's Papaw's birthday barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward, meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. Way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with a national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, but if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.